Okay, so you're ambitious, right? You've got these big dreams. You want to achieve success. And ultimately, you want to live that life you've always imagined. But there's a problem: you're lazy. You know exactly what you should be doing, but you're just not doing it. Day after day, you procrastinate, you miss opportunities, and then you beat yourself up for not taking action. Because deep down, you know you're capable of so much more. But instead of changing, you just keep going like this. That feeling of guilt, it just grows bigger and bigger over time. Day in, day out, week after week, and then slowly, you just accept it as part of who you are. And then, when the new year rolls around, once again, you set those same old goals from last year. You start with all this determination and motivation, and maybe just a little bit of delusion. But before you even realize it, procrastination creeps back in. Just like that annoying relative who always shows up uninvited. You procrastinate, and then you procrastinate some more. And then one day, you look back, and you realize you're stuck in this endless loop. Laziness, procrastination, disappointment, and then setting those same goals again, without knowing how to break free. You want to break this cycle. You want to overcome procrastination and laziness, and finally turn your ambitions into reality. And so, you start searching for solutions. You watch video after video online, and most of the advice you get is all the same, basically like, delete social media, eliminate distractions, plan in detail, discipline yourself. And maybe these things will help for a short period of time, but then, you always find yourself back at square one. Inertia, that's the real reason you procrastinate. In physics, inertia is the tendency of an object to maintain its state. If an object is at rest, it tends to stay at rest. If an object is in motion, it tends to stay in motion unless a force acts upon it. And this is also true for you. When you're procrastinating, you tend to keep procrastinating. You do nothing at all, because starting just seems too hard. And instead of facing the task at hand, you reach for those easier things, scrolling on your phone, watching Netflix, playing games, anything that helps you avoid responsibility. But here's the biggest problem. You make that first step seem difficult in your own mind to the point where you don't even dare to start. You think about writing a 5,000-word essay, and immediately, it looks like a giant mountain. You want to start going to the gym, but the thought of having to work out every day for months just makes you flinch. You want to start a business, but when you think about everything that needs to be done, you feel overwhelmed and never even begin. And so, you continue to procrastinate. But if inertia is the problem, then that also means it can become the solution, as long as you know how to leverage it. If inertia is the problem, then the solution is to break inertia. The good news is, you don't need a big push to do that. You just need a small nudge, just enough to help you overcome that initial barrier. And there are two extremely effective ways to do this. Method 1. Reduce the difficulty of the first step. Most people procrastinate because they make things too hard for themselves right from the start. When you say to yourself, I need to finish writing a 5,000-word essay, your brain just hears, this is too big, too hard, put it off for later. So, instead of setting a huge task, make it so small that it's impossible to fail. For example, don't tell yourself you have to write 5,000 words. Tell yourself you just need to write 50 words. Don't tell yourself you have to study for 3 hours. Tell yourself you just need to open the book and read 1 page. Don't tell yourself you have to work out for an hour. Tell yourself you just need to do 1 push-up. When the task becomes small and easy, you'll no longer feel hesitant to start. And the magic is, once you've started, you tend to continue. The 2-minute rule. Another extremely effective technique is the 2-minute rule. The principle is very simple. If you don't want to do something, tell yourself that you only need to do it for 2 minutes. You don't want to clean your room, put on a song, clean up, and stop when the song ends. You don't want to write an essay. Set a 2-minute timer, write anything that comes to mind, and then stop. You don't want to exercise. You just need to change into your workout clothes and do push-ups for 2 minutes. Most people won't stop after 2 minutes. Why? Because according to inertia, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. At first, you have to push the ball uphill, but once you've overcome that point of inertia, it will roll downhill easily. And that's why you need to keep that first step small and easy. Once you've started, you'll naturally want to continue without relying on willpower or discipline. By applying these 2 methods, you can break inertia, overcome procrastination, and finally turn your ambitions into reality. The secret to overcoming procrastination isn't just applicable to work or study. You can use it in any area of your life, anything you're struggling to start. You want to go to the gym but keep procrastinating? Don't think about working out for an hour. Just put on your workout clothes and do 1 exercise. You want to start a business project but feel overwhelmed. Don't try to create the perfect plan, just sit down and write down one simple idea. You want to improve your relationship with family or friends. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity, just send a text message to check in. In 2 minutes, all great things start with one small step. Martin Luther King once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Remember that you don't need to accomplish everything in one day, you just need to start. And if you can do that, the rest will automatically unfold. So, if you are an ambitious but lazy person, here's what you need to remember. Procrastination isn't because you're lazy, but because of inertia. An object at rest tends to stay at rest unless a force acts upon it. The hardest step is always the first step, so make it as easy as possible. Just start writing 50 words instead of 5,000 words. Do one push-up instead of working out for an hour. Do it for 2 minutes instead of worrying all day. Once you've overcome inertia, everything will become much easier. And when you do this every day, even just a little bit, you will no longer be a procrastinator. You will become a person of action. You will achieve those goals you used to put off. You will turn your ambitions into reality. So don't wait any longer. Start right now.